There are some ways where you could use your SEO plugin and actually prevent the category and the tag pages from getting indexed while the rest of your content would get indexed. But I kind of find that to be a little pointless in a way, because the category pages, I want those to get indexed. But I also don't want to just be limited to simply listing the different posts that are part of that category. I want to have more control over how I present that actual information to my site visitors. So to accomplish all of that, I just simply use the page system. Now, the page system, I'm going to go over here and go to the Add New Page link, just so you can see how all of this works in comparison. And I'll create another just quick sample post here. I could call this something different. I could call this like Pacific Coast Down Comforter, just to change it up a little bit here. Now, I'll add my content. And this is just going to be some basic placeholder content, again, so you can simply just see how all this actually works and how it compares with the actual post system. Now, I'm going to proceed down the page here. The first thing I want to point out, which I had mentioned before, are the Weaver 2 options. There are a lot more options available for me down here than were previously provided for me on the post page. Now, I'm going to go ahead and actually publish this particular page at this point, so I can point out a couple of things here to you. You can see this particular page on my live site with my sidebar located over here. But if you look at the actual content of my page, I have my title right here, and I have the content that I added to the page editor right here. Beyond that, though, there is no additional content on this particular page, with the exception of the breadcrumb links that are shown up above the title here. Whereas on the post page, I have this additional line down at the bottom of my content with the category and the tag links. And then I also have this information line here with the date and the author name. Now, in some situations, having a date associated with the content you create on a website can actually be useful. Situations where the date where you wrote the content would actually matter, where it's something that was time sensitive. If I was going to teach you how to build a website with WordPress, for example, you wouldn't want me to teach you with information from 2010, for example, because it would be different from what would actually be done now. You would want more up-to-date, relevant information. Well, the same thing could kind of apply to these Amazon affiliate sites. There are some situations where having that date associated with it and it being a recent date could actually help you in terms of making your content more relevant and possibly more popular. But you also have to think long-term here. You're not really just building these Amazon affiliate sites to get good traffic and good earnings for a couple of months and then essentially have that disappear or dissipate to a level, far from what it used to be. You kind of want everything to remain the same or even to grow over time instead of shrink over time. And I feel like having dates associated with your content can cause everything to kind of shrink over time instead of to grow, because if you're not updating your site on a regular basis, then a couple years down the road, you just simply have an old website. So, I want to avoid all of this by simply going with the page system. It doesn't associate a date with my content, and it doesn't show all that additional information here that really isn't relevant to what I'm trying to do.